Welcome back to the Emperor Atheist channel with your host, the Emperor Atheist. Once again, thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for liking and sharing my videos. I'm going to get right into it. I've been going at a lot of pseudo people, especially like within the black conscious community lately. So I'm going to stay on the road. The last video I did about was young Pharaoh and how he lied about the fake alien and a lot of other pseudo information he's been kicking as far as about the 76 trillion years that black people have been in the universe with no evidence to show, of course. But today I'm not going to talk about young Pharaoh. I'm going to talk about probably one of his master teachers that he probably will deny or he won't deny, Dr. Malichi York. Okay. Also known as Imam Isa al-Hadi al-Mahdi of the Nubian nation, or back then it was Nubian Islamic Hebrews. He changed his name so many damn times. He was a pure Sufi back in the 70s, and they went to Nubian Islamic Hebrews, Ansarullah, different things. Then they turned into the Church of Christ and Caress and all this garbage. Later on, when they went to Georgia, Edenton, Georgia, Putnam County. But he taught a lot of pseudo things. He taught a whole bunch of pseudo things. He did a lot of plagiarizing from Zachariah Sitchin, who was also very pseudo himself, who didn't, as I said in my last video, who actually was not a scholar of Sumerian text. He was not a scholar of Assyrian text. And you can go look this up. Matter of fact, it's a whole, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put this link in the bottom of my video. Both links. It's a brother by the name of Chuck Morgan who does a great job. And another brother does a very great job as far as on falsifying the beliefs of the Nubians. Brother Chuck Morgan, I'm going to put his link in this video too, where y'all can go to his website and see all of the falsehoods. Because this brother Chuck was an actual member of the Nubians for years. He was a dedicated member of the Nubian nation. And he eventually woke up. He snapped out of it, like a lot of us have, snapped out of a lot of cults that we was a part of, whether it was Christianity or Islam, black Hebrew Israelites, whatever cult it was, because a lot of the things were cults. A lot of us think we left Christianity because most of us in this country, especially blacks, we grew up Christian, basically, Baptist or whatever, Seventh-day Adventist, and we got away from it, got away from the Jesus stuff and jumped right into some more bullshit. So that's just the truth of the matter. Same thing with me. I was not born an atheist. I grew into this. I started off as a Christian. I'm the son of a Baptist minister, I'm also the grandson of a Baptist minister. I eventually left Christianity, went off into Islam. I've studied all the sciences. I've studied Nation of Islam, studied up on the Nation of God's nerves. So I've dipped and dabbed in all type of things. The metaphysical realm, Kabbalah. I studied Kabbalah. I had the whole Zohar. Did a lot of teachings on Gnosticism. I even had long studies of theological study, New Testament studies, as far as the Greek and the Hebrew. So I've been through my years of belief in a deity, belief in different things, and eventually I got away from it through research. And through research, proper research, I got away from all this bullshit. And Chuck Morgan basically did the same thing. And I'm going to leave this link at the bottom of this video. But my question is, on this particular video, because those of you who are not familiar with Dr. Malichi York, he has 135 years now for child molestation. RICO, matter of fact, he pled guilty to 135 years. And also different charges. Carrying kids, minors over state line. And he pled guilty to these charges, pled guilty to RICO. But you have a lot of his cult followers still talking about he's getting out. They've been saying this for years. Talking about he's getting out, and they're trying to get him a pardon. And what they don't understand is that, and I'm talking to you right now, the Whoppers, you can't get a pardon for a person who pleads guilty under RICO. So it's like y'all wasting y'all time. And I think a lot of you know that. You realize that he was actually guilty because an innocent man, especially someone who had a following like he did, or who supposed to had stood for truth and stood for honesty and justice, wouldn't have pleaded guilty to 135 years child molestation. I've heard all of the bullshit y'all said. Oh, he was forced. No, he wasn't forced. He could have went to trial. If he'd have lost him on trial, I mean, it'd have been more respect for him. He pled guilty, which means he didn't want to, and all this is public record. He obviously didn't want a lot of the evidence to come out in trial, because during trial they would have roasted his ass, and I think a lot of y'all know that. And I'm not even talking about, testimony from his wife Kathy and a lot of the other people who testified against him, but he did the best thing, and he pled guilty because he knew he was guilty of child molestation. But besides the child molestation thing, those who are not familiar with this guy, he had this book, so-called book, and he claimed to be this seventh angel, okay? And he claimed to be from another planet, another galaxy called Ilium, which is something that he got from the Quran, some shit he borrowed from the Quran. And he claimed to be from the 8th planet of this galaxy called Planet Rizq, which was some more bullshit he stole and plagiarized from the Quran. Both of these words, Al-Rizqa and Ilium, is in the Quran. And Al-Rizqa just means something of sustenance, great sustenance. Ilium is a mythical place in the Quran where these holy type tablets or something supposed to be kept. But anyway, Malichi used these things because he was well read in the Quran, and because he was a Muslim man for years, and he took these things, he made a whole other religion out of it. And a whole bunch of people believed it, and they went for it, and they believed all the bullshit he was spewing. But believe me, it's straight bullshit. He believed these aliens. He's from the planet Rizq, the 8th planet. We don't know what this galaxy at. No one knows. He's never showed evidence of it. But he said he was powerful beings. Okay, he said the planet, these Rizqians, as he was called, were powerful people, and they were the ancestors of the blacks on Earth, and that they was travel back and forth. And he said at a certain time, he had prophecies in his holy tablets, where this Nibiru, which was a ship, this big spaceship, where he said in the Book of Revelations, this was the new Earth, which really was this big spaceship that was going to come back and get the 144,000 special black people and all this dumb shit. Well, anyway, the thing about it is all of the stuff that he was saying about, as far as the Anunnaki concerned, the Nibiru, was all falsified. You have people like John Hurlson, Michael Katz. These are real Assyriologists, John Haran, and none of these scholars of the Sumerian text and the Syrian text agrees with anything Malachi or Zechariah Sitchin said. And they sure prove these things in these texts, how a lot of these things were falsified. How when understanding the Sumerian text and what was actually said about this particular planet called Nibiru, and young Pharaoh speaks about this bullshit too, about Nibiru being this ship or planet. But of course they're saying this because they're following these false teachers and they don't understand these linguistic themselves. But Nibiru is only, according to the Syrian language and the Sumerian language of the text, was only speaking about the planet Jupiter. It wasn't a ship or something that was differentiated. It was only recognized as the planet Jupiter. And when you go and actually research, and you can contact or email any real expert on the Sumer language, and they will explain this. And they can easily show and prove it. You can even go to an encyclopedia for Syrian and Sumerian languages. Matter of fact, I'll also put that in my link below this video as well, where those of you who are interested, you can actually go and see for yourselves what these particular texts say. And a lot of things that these texts say as far as dealing with the Anunnaki and the Nibiru and Ninlil and Enlil is not what Malichi York taught in his holy tablets. But of course his thousands and thousands of followers wouldn't understand that because they're only followers and they think they're following something that's true. And now in this generation you have people like Dr. Phil Valentine, you have young Pharaoh, just a lot of pseudo science being taught and spewed in the black conscious community without being checked. And I think this is a bad thing, especially for future generations, because the future generations are looking up, they're looking on side of the TV, and they're looking at Black News 102, and they listening to this stuff. And they're getting this information without references, without any real references, and they believe in this stuff. So it's almost like you're creating other false religions within the black conscious community. And it's really not good. And And these people actually walking around calling themselves scholars, referring to themselves as scholars as if they are actually read people, but they're not. They're actually pseudo-scientific. A lot of things that they're teaching can't be proven. It won't be proven. Well, that won't ever be proven. And if you actually just trace back the steps of where they get the bullshit from, then you're going to run into these particular foundations of what I'm talking about. People like Dr. Malichi York, Zachariah Sitchin, people like this, David Icke, all this type of bullshit, this metaphysical garbage, the Anunnaki coming from planet, black aliens and all this bullshit, black people being here 76 trillion years, all this nonsensical garbage ass shit. But my question to you, Nawabians, is if you believe all this stuff, and I think it's a simple and fair question, if you believe all this bullshit about risking, people from Planet Rizq, our ancestors being powerful, and the white man rule is going to come to an end, and they will be destroyed, and the white man is the devil, and all this dumb shit that you believe and teach, then I have to ask you a simple question, and I think it's a very fair question. Why in the hell, I want y'all to look in the camera while I'm asking this question. Look at me good and listen to me well. Why in the hell has these black aliens or people from Planet Rizq not came and got Dr. Malichi York out of prison for child molestation on 135 years? If these people are powerful, all powerful, why would they let your leader die in prison? Because he's going to die in prison for child molestation charges. And I think y'all know that. You're not going to get paroled on 135 years. Barack Obama is not going to pardon him. Donald J. Trump is definitely not going to pardon him. So y'all need to stop, man. Just kind of wake up, man. Get away from the bullshit, you know. Do something else with your lives, because Malichi York will never see the daylight again. You got Prince York all on Sinetta TV talking about he might be getting out. Come on, man. Y'all know better than that. This man ain't getting out of fucking prison. He was molesting children, having sex with his members' wives. We know the story. He was doing it in Brooklyn on Bushwick Ave. Came to Georgia doing the same shit in Putnam County. He's a fucking cult leader. And y'all follow the cult. 97% of the shit he put in his scrolls and books, he wrote 1 million scrolls, is a bunch of bullshit. I mean, come on now. Like I said, I'm going to put the link to Chuck Morgan. And, matter of fact, there's a couple of links I'm going to put at the bottom as far as dealing with this particular false cult, Malichi York bullshit cult. But, I mean, I just want to ask that question. You know, Malichi said he used, I remember one chapter, I think it was in the chapter The Soul, and he said he used to teach how you could turn yourself into a spaceship. Well, don't you think it's time for him to turn his goddamn self into a spaceship and fly up out of goddamn that prison that he got underground? He's up in Indiana, right? I think time for him to fly his ass up out of prison. I think that would be best for him, because they're not going to let him go. And y'all say the white man is a devil and they're weaker. 6 ether beings and black people are 9 ether beings. That means they should be more powerful, right? And if these beings are more powerful, then they should let your leader out. They should be strong enough to come get him. Well, don't seem like these bullshit teachers are panning out. Obviously, he was teaching false shit. Y'all went for it. And like I say, man, it's sad. It's sad. But all the way up in 2016, Malichi was spitting bullshit all the way back from the 70s. Garbage shit. I mean, just bullshit that y'all went for. And he come, you know, wind up, he's a child molester. And I can't respect that. I have no respect for that. Oh, and shout out to YK The Truth too. Just a lot of brothers, man. We trying to level shit out, because it has to be balanced within the black conscious community. We can't just let all these people come up talking this bullshit. Shit got to be challenged. Information got to be challenged. You got to come with the truth. You can't just be out here spitting this bullshit. We're not gonna let you do it. We're just not gonna let you do it. But that's my question to you, Nawabians. Where are the aliens, the black aliens, black astronauts from Planet Rizq? Why haven't they come to save your leader, your Indian chief leader from the tribe of the Yamasee Indians and all type of old shit he said? He's every goddamn thing. You let Malichi tell it, he's everything. He's some kin to everybody, some kin to Prophet Muhammad. I mean, god damn. I mean, I don't know how y'all could just keep going through all the lies and lies stacked on top of lies. But once again, I'm the Emperor Atheist, and I don't believe most of that shit you believe. You got to come with it and prove it. Like I said, thanks to my followers, my subscribers. The big debate coming up tomorrow. Amin Raskar versus Sarasutin Seti and Young Pharaoh. Don't know how that's going to turn out. I about know, but hey. Shout out to everybody that's going to be up in Harlem tomorrow. I think it's going to be a good debate. But these debates need to, they need to get a little better. We need to get more discipline with these debates. Instead of like the WWE shit, this shit is like MMA or wrestling or some shit, like Bloods and Crips, banging on information and shit. So we got to get better than that. But like I said, man, thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for all my likes. Though, thanks for my dislikes too. It's a lot of angry people be commenting on my video. I appreciate your anger. It means I'm telling the truth. When you get angry like that and talking all that stupid shit in my videos, and I'm not going to delete it. I like it. It fuels the fire. So, let me know I'm doing something right. Everybody's not going to like you. Everybody's not going to respect the correct information. We know that. That's just how the universe goes. But once again, thanks to all my subscribers. Thanks for sharing and liking my video. I'm the Emperor Atheist. I'm out.